Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I am Mike.
And today, Blind Fight Friday. What do we do for Blind Fight Friday? This is a nice, easy day for us. Mike picks two samples out of our sample pool collection, and we just put them head to head and see which one wins.
Go way down to the back.
I say it's easy only because of the fact that we're not trying to guess. We're going to try to guess type and proof and price. You actually, those look pretty good. But it's funny how he picks it because, again, we have about, I think it's 80 pair. Or would it be 40 pair, 80 bottles that actually fit that we have in here. And, we have them go head to head. Sometimes it's something that's been in there the whole time, for the last 3-4 years. Sometimes it's something I dream up. It might be something you guys came up with. If that's the case, I'm going to run your name in a little bit. But, some of these are fun to do because, when you have no idea which one it is, it's fun because, if I see a bottle, I'll start getting smells before you even taste it sometimes. But this way, it's 100% whiskey versus whiskey. So
I don't think we went to pre-shelf land.
No, actually, that's a pretty nice nose. You're going to see the thumbnails. You're going to see a B-roll when I run it while we're drinking it, but we have no clue what we're drinking. Again, we'll speculate and look like donkeys, but that's the fun part of doing it.
Oh, yeah.
That actually has a very good nose.
It is, yeah.
Did you just pour that all over my rug again?
I
see you look down.
No, I just wanted to make sure I
didn't kick the
kick
dog.
the little guy.
Ooh. There's something to that one.
Yeah, there is a little sweetness to start. But there's definitely something to this one.
That's a nice way to start right there.
I didn't get multiple flavors, but it definitely holds on.
Well, it had such a good nose. I had to assume it had a proof to it. So I took a little baby sip.
I did take a baby sip because we don't have a lot to spare.
I'm trying to think of what I'm smelling now. I'm getting a little bit. And it could be just because it's early. I'm almost getting like that herb smell. Like I said, sometimes I get it's a caramel, but I almost smell like the herbs itself.
And I have like a light powdered sugar.
Mm-hmm. Which normally means it's like a aged or a double oak for you when you get that. That's actually very nice.
Is that going to help my headache?
We'll soon find out.
Wow.
That's a good start.
I don't even want to drink yet.
That's a good start. No, it actually had a very good viscosity, and it had a very good flavor. I'm trying to think.
It does
what that
have
could
a pretty
be,
good end oak residue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like you said, I wasn't right off the bat. We'll see when I come off the second glass, but it wasn't a ginormous ride. Like I wasn't getting a fruit or a nut
but it's
in the
leaving
front.
that end residue, that the little drizzle with the small taste that we've had. So
on the glass too.
Was that a rye that we did that?
When you used to say that it was a rye that you were talking about, I don't believe that was a rye, but I could be wrong.
Well, we've had a few.
I don't know where I was on the proof. This has a nice nose too.
We've had a few that didn't have any rye flavor.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, that's nice too.
Not quite a...
So where I got a little bit of the... Sorry, I didn't mean to stomp on you there. Where I got a little bit of the herby... like the herb flavor on that one. This one was more of that caramel-esque, bourbon-esque flavor to me that came out.
It's not as sweet in the start for this one for me either. I'm not even sure if I got a little bit of a light nut in the front of that one.
The second one?
Yeah.
I was thinking that in my head, but I don't know if I was subliminally putting it in my head. So
No,
I didn't say it out
like,
loud.
Because this one had like a nice sweet front. This one I thought had like a little bit of a nut front. They both definitely hold on.
Both of these have a nice proof. I don't think neither one of them are drinking hot, even though I think both of them in like the low 120s.
I was going to say 124, 127.
Yeah,
One might be a little hotter.
I'm thinking 2 might be a Booker's, to be honest with you. I'm getting that little nutty vibe off of there. I am getting that too. But I didn't know if I put that in my head, we can knick-knack now.
Have you put those in recently?
I don't remember.
Because I know this.
You've been gone for like 3.5 months, so I can't really tell.
I know we weren't over there.
No. Yeah, I have put them in sporadically, whether it's like an Elijah versus a Booker's or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I put stuff in I don't really know until I go and read it. It'll probably be last week. Well, it'll be 3 weeks ago now because he's been gone. But that's the way you pull it. Wow, that nose now
super caramel-esque for me.
With a hint of a fruit though on one. I'm getting a hint of a fruit now.
I don't know. I got a throbbing pounding head.
Goodies powder.
Well, you got any?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't.
One is very good too, man.
It is sweeter though.
It is. It's got a fruity aspect on the front of that one. God only knows what either one of these could be.
And I did say
And
thought
it
it was
does have
hotter.
a
I don't even
caramel.
know if it's hotter now, to be honest.
No,
with you.
so it has it. To me, I'm getting a hint of a fruit in the front with a nice caramel and a nice oaky presence. Like it almost gives me a little bit, not a Jack Daniels ride by any means, but it's definitely giving me more.
It would fall like probably to an Elijah or.
I won't be
something
surprised
like
if this is like an Elijah versus a Booker's. 2 good pours, I can say that.
Yeah,
Nothing's breaking at all.
No, I'm enjoying both of them as well.
Mm-hmm. Someone had suggested at one point in time, not that long ago, an Elijah versus a Booker's, and I wonder if I put it in. I don't remember. It might be this. You'd see your name if it is.
I would think it. I would almost agree with you. Then I would say
think 2 is a Booker's. It tastes like
the Booker's
it really
is to the
does.
right because it's got the nut.
Yeah,
and it does have a pretty good little kick.
Yeah. It actually, whichever Booker's it is, actually has a nice viscosity today. Sometimes they drink with just proof holding on.
This is doing both.
This is doing both.
I
It's
agree.
definitely giving you that nutty flavor that lasts.
One's a little bit easier, but I think I agree with you. I think the proofs are pretty close. Where I'd say 124 to 127.
Yeah, I think we're in that range, somewhere around there. But I don't know which one I like better though, because
That
I
was
do
what I
like
was
that
just
little
trying to-
fruity end in the front, but the nutty and the viscosity on 2 is there. But the viscosity is no joke in 1 either.
No. They're equal as far as that goes. I think.
Mm-hmm. I do like that little sugary, fruity. It's almost like when you get one of them dried fruit with the sugar on it in the front.
So that's my toss-up. Do I like the little bit of a nut, or do I like a little bit of the sweetness?
You can't go wrong with either pour. I don't know what these 2 are, but these
if
are
you
2
combine them, it'd be a super
very
pour.
good pours. And I'm with you. I'm torn with which one's bringing a little bit more complexity. I think I get a little bit better of an oaky finish on 1, but let me try 2
I was just
again.
gonna say 1 might have like a couple more notes than my 2, but I'm not sad with 2 at all.
No, because that nutty, it does have a little oaky finish on the end
It
too.
does.
That is a great.
It's like a nut to an oak finish.
Yep.
And now that one I just like whoop down, and it drinks pretty easy. You swish it, it definitely gives you the drizzle. But if you just take a sip and drink it, it goes down pretty easy.
Yeah, neither one of them are really throwing. That's what I'm saying. They're not drinking hot for the fact that I think it's a hot pour.
No, but when you swish it, it definitely lights you up, and then you get that little leftover residue. But
this one is complexity versus just. I mean, 2 is just a solid, good, viscous drinker. It's really
we
good.
are really nitpicking.
100%. These are both great.
It is. They are very, very good. Because if I sat down with this one, I'd be happy as a clam, and if I sit down with this one, I'd be just as happy. So, and I wouldn't even know there was a difference in flavors because they're both very good.
I just think one's bringing a little bit more flavor because I am getting a little hint of like almost a dried fruit in the front of it, and then you get that caramel in the middle, and it ends with like you could taste the difference of the oaky. Where this one they kind of blend all together on my second pour.
There is a more predominant oak, so I get a sweetness. To a caramel-esque in the middle, to an oak in the end, and then I kind of get a nut to a light oak.
Light oak, right? They kind of
in two.
mend
Yeah,
together.
it is pretty close. So with that, since I'm almost out, I'm going to lean towards my one. I think that I like a little bit better.
I
And
agree.
That's by the hair of my chin.
No, don't get me wrong. Whatever 2 is, it's a banger, and I highly recommend it. But I think there's just a slight more complexity coming off of glass 1 than there is coming off of glass 2. And again, it's slight because these are 2 great pours. So, all right, let's see what we got on this one. I am at 426. So yeah, you did grab like one of the last ones,
and I'm 425.
All right, I won't have to dig far. Wow, that's interesting. Okay.
I hate when you say that.
No, I love when I say that. So this was actually a suggestion by Motorhead 077. Thank you for this suggestion.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all your comments.
We were wrong by both of these because both of these are Larceny barrel proofs. So you have, today the winner would be on yours. So the loser today is the Larceny barrel proof A124 bourbon. Comes in at 124.2 proof. We got it for $64.99. And the winner today is the Larceny barrel proof C922. It's a bourbon. Comes in at 126.6 proof. And we got it for $69.99. And I remember him saying, if I remember the conversation correctly, that these were 2 of his favorite. I'm like, oh, I happen to have both of them. So let's put them up against each other and see what actually happens.
But it's so different in taste.
It's not even, like, I literally thought this was 2 different whiskeys, and it's not. And that's the one fun part.
Well, it isn't. It's different years, but...
Yeah, they're different years, but it's still Larceny.
No, I get it.
It just shows you like a different barrel, different year, different match, whole different flavor. Because I would have bet, because there was a huge nutty presence on it. And again, these are 2 banging bottles. Don't get me wrong. You can't go wrong with either one of them. But that just goes to show any one of them letters. You know, I say it all the time. One of you guys actually said it probably first. You know, one might be better than the other, but they're all absolutely great. And for that price, when you're looking at 124, 126 proof for under $70, you can't beat that with a stick. You really can't. So,
because I just did some shopping, and most of those in the hundreds, they were like 99 or better. So
no, right, exactly. So I mean, that's the fun part about that. So again, thank you, Motorhead, for this suggestion. If anyone else wants to see another suggestion, leave a comment down below. We'll put them in, and the way Mike picks them, he'll pick them out like tomorrow, so you don't have to worry about it. But you know, these kids sit in there for months and months. You have been actually lately, because you go all. We never put these in the same order or the same direction. So it's actually just funny that you.
Because either I take them out or you take them out. So
I always stagger them, and sometimes I switch them back and forth. It doesn't matter. So this side would be over here, and there's no rhyme or reason, but that's the fun part of actually doing it. So another great suggestion by one of you guys, and 2 excellent pours if you can get either one of them too. And again, it was Larceny C922 or Larceny A124. And I think he had said that because C922, I think, was one of his, won one of our blinds anyways, I believe, in there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And with this new one, I remember we saying, wow, this is excellent. It's a very good start. But again, that one did win. So, you know, we'll see what B brings, because it's about that time of the year almost anyway. So there you go. That's Blind Fight Friday. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.